In Portuguese football, three names dominate the conversation: Benfica, Porto, and Sporting Clube de Portugal. Sporting CP, often called Sporting Lisbon outside Portugal, is more than a football club. It is one of the country's great sporting institutions, a multi-sport organization with deep roots in Lisbon and a global identity built around green and white stripes, youth development, and generations of passionate supporters. Its men's football team plays in the Primeira Liga, Portugal's top division, and has never been relegated from it. That alone places Sporting among the country's elite. But the club's story is not only about survival at the top. It is about ambition, identity, trophies, academy brilliance, and the pressure of competing with two other giants in one of Europe's most football-obsessed nations. Sporting was founded on July 1, 1906, during a period when organized sport was rapidly growing across Europe. From the beginning, the club was built with broad ambitions. Its official name, Sporting Clube de Portugal, signals that it was never meant to represent only a neighborhood or even only Lisbon. It aimed to be a national sporting club. Over time, football became its most visible department, but Sporting developed across many disciplines, helping create an identity larger than match days alone. The club's motto captures this mentality: Esforço, dedicação e gloria, meaning effort, dedication, devotion, and glory. It is a phrase that summarizes how Sporting wants to see itself, not simply as a team chasing wins, but as an institution built on work, loyalty, and achievement. The club's nickname, Leões, or Lions, comes from the lion at the center of its crest. It is one of the most recognizable symbols in Portuguese sport, representing courage and pride. Sporting are also known as the Verde e Brancos, the green and whites, because of their famous horizontal striped shirts. Those stripes have become a visual shorthand for the club's identity. Even without seeing the crest, the green and white hoops immediately point to Sporting. The anthem, A Marca do Sporting, and the mascot Jubas strengthen that sense of tradition. Supporters, known as Sportinguistas, do not just follow a football team. They belong to a culture with songs, symbols, colors, and rituals that have been passed through generations. Sporting's home is the Estadio José Alvalade, opened in 2003. It replaced an earlier stadium built in 1956 and gave the club a modern stage for a new era. Named after José Alvalade, one of the club's founding figures, the stadium links Sporting's origins to its present-day ambitions. It is not just a venue, it is where the club's identity becomes physical. Thousands of green and white shirts fill the stands, the anthem echoes before matches, and the pressure of expectation surrounds every home fixture. Sporting also has the Pavilhão João Rocha, a multi-sports indoor arena, showing again that the club is not limited to football. The infrastructure reflects a broader institution built to compete across different sports and to serve a large membership base. One of the reasons Sporting matters so much in Portugal is its place among the big three. Alongside Benfica and Porto, Sporting has never been relegated from the Primeira Liga. This status creates both prestige and pressure. In many leagues, a club can have a few difficult decades and fade from the center of national football. Sporting has remained there, year after year, because history demands it and supporters expect it. But being one of the big three also means constantly being measured against rivals. Every title race, every derby, every transfer decision, and every season is judged through that lens. For Sporting, success is not simply finishing respectably. The standard is to compete for trophies and defend its place among Portugal's giants. Sporting is the third most decorated Portuguese football team, with 58 major trophies. Domestically, the club has won 21 league titles, 18 Taças de Portugal, 4 Campeonatos de Portugal, 4 Taças de Liga, and 9 Supertaças Cândido de Oliveira. These numbers show a club with a long record of winning, even if its story has sometimes included gaps between league triumphs. Cup competitions have been especially important in maintaining Sporting's reputation during periods when Benfica or Porto dominated the league. The trophy cabinet reflects consistency across eras, different formats, and different generations of players. It also explains why Sporting supporters expect to be part of title conversations. The club's past gives them reason to demand a future that matches it. Sporting's European history adds another layer to its profile. The club won the 1963-64 European Cup Winners' Cup, one of the major continental competitions of its time. That victory remains a landmark because European trophies are rare and precious, especially outside the continent's richest leagues. Sporting also reached the final of the UEFA Cup in 2005 and the Latin Cup final in 1949. The 2005 UEFA Cup run is especially memorable because the final was played at Sporting's own Estadio José Alvalade, creating a dramatic but painful chapter in club history. Sporting did not win that night, but the campaign proved the club could still make deep European runs. Its continental record shows both achievement and longing. Success has been real, but European glory remains something supporters still crave. Sporting also occupies a notable place in the history of European competition. On September 4, 1955, the club played in the first-ever European Champions Cup match, taking part by invitation at the beginning of what would become the modern Champions League story. That detail connects Sporting to the foundation of continental club football itself. The club has also appeared in more editions of the UEFA Cup and UEFA Europa League than any other team, with 36 participations. In that competition, Sporting has played the most matches and has the second most wins, while ranking first in the all-time club ranking. These statistics reveal a club that has been a regular European presence, not an occasional visitor. Perhaps Sporting's most famous contribution to world football is its youth academy. The club has developed players who became global icons, including Luis Figo and Cristiano Ronaldo. That alone gives Sporting a special place in football culture. Figo became one of the finest players of his generation, while Ronaldo became one of the most successful and recognizable athletes in history. Both represent the power of Sporting's formation system, identifying talent early, teaching technique, building discipline, and preparing young players for elite football. The academy is not just a source of pride, it is a strategic pillar. For a club competing with wealthier European powers, producing top players is both sporting identity and economic necessity. The academy's importance also shapes how Sporting fans think about football. A young player breaking into the first team is not seen as a temporary curiosity. It is part of the club's mythology. Sporting supporters have learned to watch the next generation closely, wondering who might become the next star. This creates a unique tension. When the academy succeeds, Sporting gains excitement, quality, and financial value. But if the best players leave too quickly, supporters can feel that the club is developing talent for others rather than building lasting dominance at home. That tension is common in modern football, but at Sporting it is especially visible because the academy's reputation is so strong and its graduates have reached such extraordinary heights. Sporting's supporters are central to its scale. With 179,208 members, it is the second largest sports club by membership in Portugal and one of the largest in the world. Membership matters because clubs like Sporting are not only brands, they are civic and emotional communities. Sportinguistas help preserve traditions, fill stadiums, vote in club life, and carry the club's identity far beyond Lisbon. Sporting is also among the top 3 Portuguese sports clubs in non-affiliated fans, showing that its appeal reaches people who may not be formal members. This broad fan base gives the club power, but it also increases scrutiny. Every board decision, coaching change, and run of form is discussed intensely because so many people feel personally connected to the institution. So what defines Sporting CP? It is a Lisbon club with national ambition, a football giant with a multi-sport soul, and a historic institution balancing tradition with modern pressure. Its green and white stripes, lion crest, anthem, and motto make it instantly recognizable. Its trophy record confirms its place among Portugal's elite. Its European history connects it to some of the earliest and most enduring chapters of continental football. And its academy has changed the global game by producing legends like Luis Figo and Cristiano Ronaldo. Sporting's story is not only about what it has already won. It is about the constant challenge of living up to a powerful identity, effort, dedication, devotion, and the never-ending pursuit of glory. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.